Yarraville reminds me of a beautiful old European town that has that village feel. And particularly if you visit the Sun Theatre, you've noticed the two streets that have been converted into parks where cars aren't allowed to go, and they've just rolled out some fake green grass. And it's based around the coffee shops and cafes of the area. Now, that pocket is surrounded by beautiful Victorian old houses, and it's just a lovely place where you can appreciate people enjoying what the town has to offer. Now, Yarraville dates back to the early 1900s. It's always been known as a working class area. It's got great proximity to Melbourne CBD and features a lot of old Victorian houses. Yarraville's roots of being a commercial working class kind of area is still visible, with a lot of the commercial factories still standing, even though most have been knocked down and converted into housing estates. An area to look out for if you're buying is anywhere near a main road. You've got some pretty busy main roads, and that's because there is a pretty large fuel depot, Mobil. It's been located there since the 1920s, and it's probably the route of most of Yarraville's traffic when it comes to trucks and slowing down the roads. Now, they did create a new road, the Westgate Tunnel. It's supposed to remove the trucks from the roads of Yarraville, particularly off Somerville Road. Not sure if that's worked too well, because if you drive down there today, there's still quite a bit of traffic. If you're a property buyer getting into the Yarraville market, you're going to find 3 micro markets within Yarraville with vastly different property prices. Now, the most popular part of Yarraville is going to be the Yarraville Village area. Now, that's the yellow part of my map there. You'll find that buyers pay an absolute premium for access to the train station, the Sun Theatre, the cafes, restaurants. You'll find a lot of small blocks of land and also limited car parks when you're buying property. Now, the northern part of Yarraville towards the suburb of Seddon, you still feature some really nice period types of homes, but you've also got a lot of homes that have been built in the post-1970s era as well, where you've got a larger style, more modern kind of floor plans. Now, if you move towards the west part of Yarraville, you'll find that the houses here are probably the cheapest in the whole of the area. It's surrounded by commercial estates. There's a lot of vacant land there as well that's been basically knocked down some old factories. So likely there's going to be a lot of future housing estates coming up. There's also a lot of trucks that drive through this part as well. So you want to make sure that you're in some of the quiet streets within this location. So when buying property in this area, you'll find there is a handful of local real estate agents that control most of the listings in this area. Generally, the method of sale is an auction. You'll find that agents struggle to deal with the volume of buyers that want to compete for properties in this area. And with auctions usually comes a lot of underquoting as well. So working out the property's true market value can be quite difficult. One of my biggest challenges of buying real estate in this area is the difficulty in finding a home that doesn't have a whole lot of hidden maintenance. Houses date back to the early 1900s, and you'll find that houses like this have issues with subfloors, with roofs, with walls, with leaks, with a lot of rotten timber windows. There's just so much maintenance that can be hidden with a little bit of paint and carpet. So yeah, you really have to be careful when you are a buyer in this area, trying to find a house that is low maintenance. Now, if you're a property investor in Yarraville, I would buy properties here with absolute caution. Victoria has some of the strongest rental laws in Australia, where owners can be forced to repair issues in a property that can be quite costly, and also the upkeep of making sure a property is compliant based on the rental laws. Now, my agency specialises in buying the right kinds of property for home buyers and investors alike. We represent buyers at auction or private negotiations. We also help you through the whole buying process when it comes to property selection and making sure you're not having or buying a property that is full of maintenance and cause future troubles for yourself. More information, check out Wise Real Estate Advice.